Does anybody first before we get started have any stock they particularly like to discuss before we get started? Any particular stock?
I like this ticker.
Which one?
SYX.
SYS.
Starting with SYX. Let's look at it. What do they do?
SYS?
SYX.
YX. Okay. Let me fix my spreadsheet because I have to make sure I don't have it. SYX.
Starting with that. Now, on the monthly trend, it's been cooking. On the daily trend, it's been cooking. On the weekly trend, it's been cooking. We just had a recent gap down from that market takeout, but it's been recovered from itself from the highs of 45, and now we're back from 35. And now we got an average of 42, 45 spread right now. And look like this thing is going to make another move. What do they do? Why would somebody buy this? Why would somebody actually take an option or day trade this? This looks good. This looks like it's going to make some money for some people. Talk to me, Juice. Tell me.
Well, looking at the chart from my point of view right here, you know me already. You know, the 20 is a little bit lower than the 50, but this right here is the buy zone, which is like at 39. So if the buy zone is right here at 39, you know, and it's at what 42 now.
Yep. The most interesting part is that it hasn't had a breakout in a very long time.
Right.
A volume. We actually are not seeing any volume.
This is working off of nothing. And it's a 15 mil float. So if this catches any volume, it's gonna blow away.
Now the industry is retail, catalog, and mail order. Interesting enough. That's what they do. So the previous fiscal year, they actually caught a net of $1 billion. And increased 28% to 64 mil. Revenue reflects United States segment increase of 7% to 968.1 mil. Retail sales, U.S. increase of 7%. Okay, merchandise margins until an increase of 1% and dividend share increase. It pays a dividend, ladies and gentlemen, from 48 cents to 56 cents. I would say, well, how is that dividend shared out on the dollar or per share? How does that work, guys? Anybody knows?
Well, it's per share.
Per share, that dividend is paid out 48 cents?
Right, 48 cents per share.
So
that's not bad.
Huh?
That's not bad. That's actually pretty good.
They went from 48 to 56. I don't know what the current dividend, but that's what this research and trade station is telling me. What does Webull say? SYX. I like SYX for an option call. Looks pretty interesting.
Please.
Now, I had this gap down. It caught a bit at 36.35. It's at 42. And on the daily candles, we can see these volume pushes. It does get these support areas that holds it up. If you go to the daily, on Webull, I see it, but I don't see a lickety split on TradeStation. If you pull up Webull, SYX, it's on the NAS. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. Predominantly, it's going to be less volume.
I'm sorry, did you call me?
Free float is, it says the shares out is 37 mil, but the free float is 673 mil. What is that about? And that's on Webull. On TradeStation, they said the float is 15 mil. So which is it, buddy?
Everybody's minding their own business.
Which one is the float, buddy?
God knows. Okay. All right, I'll tell you which one is the float. How much? What one says what? 15 mil?
TradeStation says 15 mil. Webull over here, key statistics says the shares out is 37 mil. Oh no, here it is. The free float. Sorry about that. The shares out is 37 mil. The free float market. Oh, that's the money. Sorry. It's 15.93.
15. Okay.
My bad. 15.93 mil. Average
They
volume, the volume was 40K the other day. Average volume was 97K. The 52 week high is 45. The low, $14.
Where the hell did you get this stock from?
Webull. You
Oh,
go
just-
to, this is what I was telling you to do. You're going to go
No,
to
I was-
best performing industries.
Hold on, let me get back to.
And this thing is up 19% recently on the month. On the month. On the month. Zskin, 87% on the month. HOV, 51% on the month. TGLS, 39% on the month.
Hold on, you got to slow down because I'm trying to write down, bro.
I bet you is.
I didn't write
Jill,
down.
101 on the month. Jill. Jill had a recent dump out, but now on the
Go
month.
through, we got to go through that whole list. Like,
That's
the
what I'm
list
trying
is-
to tell you. Get ready, because this is going to be a Zoom.
hold on. Backtrack, right?
Want to keep track of the list? I'm not going to keep track. You guys keep track. You guys are the
No,
professionals.
but what I'm gonna do is you're gonna call the list now, and I'm gonna type it up.
Copy.
I'm gonna pull it into the what you call it right now. So, and then we can go down the list and talk about them. Call it. Would you like?
All right.
Hold on. You want control of my screen? You could type it into the radar screen.
How do you do that? No, you do it.
Huh?
You're getting out of this.
Okay. No, just saying so you can. All right, go ahead. Call it.
All right. So on the day one.
No, I thought you was gonna give me a list, and we just go down the list one shot.
Okay, let's do that. All right.
Right.
There's a uranium sector of 8 stocks that's been pushing. The top 3, UUUU.
Fuck, I can't type that fast. That's 4 U's, right?
Yeah.
Next.
And there's derivatives of those, but who knows? A URG. I don't know if you guys seen that one.
Next.
DNN.
Next.
UEC. Let's go to the semis.
Who?
The semis.
Okay.
Now there's a 5-day and a 1 day, and then there's the 1 month. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the 1 month because we want to know what people we remember they was cyclical. W Key, remember Whiskey Entertainment? That was moving. WKEY. Okay, that's on the month. The 5-day. Is it on the 5-day?
Who?
The semis. No, it's not. It must be good. It's on. It's not even on the 1 daily, but it's on the month. All right, on the month it's YKey, UCTT,
UCTT.
NPTN.
Nancy, Paul, Thomas, Nancy.
Yep.
Okay.
ICHR.
Check.
ACLS. Making money.
Check.
Okay. Home building on the 1 month. Ready?
Yeah.
LEN. They've been pretty hot lately. Lennar.
LEN. Check.
AYI.
Got him.
Okay, they've been cooking. TGLS. Okay, they in a bullish pattern, like aggressive. HOV.
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 Like Victor. Okay.
Okay, they're in a bullish pattern. They're coming out of a breakout low swing and they're looking to move again. Zskin. ZKIN. All right, they're doing breakout but dips, but then breakout and dips, and it's following the mean. Okay. let me see, specialty retailers. Jill has been on the move. We're just gonna put Jill. We're not gonna put Express, GME, and all other stuff. As you can see, Jill is my Cinderella. It looks like it's ready to do something stupid. So let's just keep that in mind.
You have a few shares of Jill too.
That's the 1 month on Jill, and it's been on a push. I'm not going to put the others because they don't impress me, but you could put CONN. Let's look at that for a minute. All right, Con just had this move, right? That's been really fishy. And I'm liking it because it's touching the gap down range. So this thing looked like it's ready to make another move. All right, I hope everybody's paying attention because that thing looked like it's going to do something stupid too. Either reverse and catch a serious amount of sellers. Well, it could run into a wall, but if it catches a super bid, we got to look into it later and see if this thing can really smoke up and actually catapult over 24. And before you know it, you got a nice trade. So that's another one.
This thing may pull back down to that 50.
If you time this right, either way, on some puts or a short or a long, this one definitely is in the pole position, you must admit.
Yeah. They could hit the gas pedal or they could hit the reverse.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, that one. That
But
one
then,
of all things.
uh,
Con and Jill. All right, they're related in specialty retailers segment, okay? Let me see. AMPG.
they might yank this bitch back down, right back down to $16.
AMPG.
Sorry, hold on. Nancy, AM.
AMPG. Look at that. Okay. It's got these pushes, dips, but it's in communications and networking. And as you can see, it's volatile, but there is interest. So something's going on and there's people getting off their shares. It's a low floater. And that one could be a Cinderella. As you can see, we got one strong candle in the daily. It looks pretty strong from what, 12 over 18, pretty hot.
This looks beautiful.
Yeah, pretty hot.
It's actually in a buy zone also.
Yes, you got a curl here going and it's ready to do that nice little pattern back over 14.
Yeah,
So these are some wonderful ones we're seeing here already, and we didn't even get started.
all right.
I don't care, but I'm leaving the front.
All right. Yeah, this is it's gonna be a long night. I need a Red Bull.
That's why I told you 2 nights, because we got some stuff. Okay, let's look at CASA.
Gonna be a 2-night continuing. Oh, it's gonna be a long Sunday. No, it's Easter Sunday. CA what?
CASA. CASA.
I hope you guys is writing down this list also.
Now the daily has been doing this move and it's slow, it's winding. But we do have some nice movement. And it caught a crazy move and then it gave it back, but it recovered, which is interesting.
No.
It's pretty interesting here.
What the hell was this all about though?
Well, you got to look into it. I don't know. Maybe some news. All right, let's look at UUU.
The 3 U's?
Yeah, 3 U's. Now this one too has been getting some interest, but it's struggling to break out. So I want it to be over $20. It's been getting some interest though. So it's been warming up since last year. And in the new year, it really got smoking. Why? Y'all got to look back into it. But this one is in communications and networking. So this is probably securities. And you know, security is going to be probably high. Look at that, universal security instruments. So they're doing something. Maybe this is that stuff with the body scanners or with TSA or with the passport shit. Maybe, I don't know. But there's interest.
Yeah,
And,
nice little float also.
there you go.
But with this here, a little bit of volume, this can get out of control.
That is correct. That's why I'm pulling this one up, because that can be a Cinderella for some of you guys. You can put a little bit of shares there and let it bake for a little bit, and you never know. One day you might wake up, that shit's up $20, and you're like, let me just sell this. And 50 shares can make you $500. So it's known for popping like that and dropping. It's known for these peak pops. So
Right, because there goes right there. There goes one right here where it just shot out the roof. All it needs is some volume. If it gets some volume, it doesn't know how to behave. See, every time it gets a little bit of volume there, it doesn't know how to behave. It's like a nigga with money.
That's correct. We go straight to the mall.
Yeah, just straight to the fucking.
Straight to the
As soon
mall.
as it gets some volume, that's it. Boom, she's gone.
All right, that's you. Let's move on. Now, communication and networking, that sector has been heating up a lot. Specialty retailers have been heating up a lot. The semis has always been hot. There's a lot of semis out there, but we got some main ones there. Let's look at HIL. Let's look at that. Now, this is a far cry, but it hasn't been going anywhere, but it is going somewhere.
48
Okay.
mil float. Okay.
Now, we had a sell-off. We had a few dump outs. There's a lot of overhead shares, but now we're catching this bid and we're going back over 200.
What was the promises cost?
And this is interesting.
Oh, $3. Okay.
So this is interesting to me. You see this bouncing off the mean?
Mm-hmm.
It looks interesting. It hasn't got any volume yet, but the right day happens.
It's coming down now. This you can time this and play this also, because look at it.
Well, look at the zone that they need to break above from February of last year. Look
You
at
gotta
that
get it
zone.
over 360,
There you
370.
go. You said it. There you go. And where is it at now?
It's at $3.
So you can set your alert for, you can get in now or maybe average half in now, but you can set your alert and maybe say, all right, either volume or combined price and volume. And when that
Let
day
me see
comes, you
something
know
real
you're at
quick.
least gonna have some action.
299.
You know you're gonna have some
But
action.
this right here, right? You see the way it's behaving? It's not far off of the 20, but it's gonna. You gotta see. Wait for this to get another green day. Like, cause you see how it's been behaving. It pops up off, sucks vacuum back into the 20, pops up off hard again, vacuum up below the
No
20.
volume, mind you, no volume.
Right, with no volume, right? So right now it already vacuumed in and it popped off again, and it's starting to give you that red candle like it does here. So Monday, this is something to watch to see if it'll come back under 290, 280,
My man.
and then buy it for that launch again. Because once you buy it for that launch, no matter what, you see that trend is going up nicely. It's a little messy, but
It's a nice move. Like it's
quiet.
slow, it's crowded.
And it's
Can
quiet.
you see the matrix on to see if any open orders are sitting there? This looks like it trades crowded.
No, you can't really see the.
Not yet. But it look, if you the chart, it's not much range. It looked like it's thickly traded.
But you see it here. It only moved from 290. It's a low float. What's the float on it? 48 mil. But once this gets going, it goes. But right here, this doesn't do much. Sorry, it doesn't do much.
What do they do? What do these guys do? What are these guys? Who are these guys? They're making money. What's going on? Construction services. Okay,
Construction. A lot of employees. They in Philly. They bill in Philly.
They lost some money. Or they get so now you got to look into the news and see if there's any. Are they getting any money coming to them? Because they look like they're down right now. They're underperforming.
HIL.
Really? You're gonna do us like that?
I was trying to look to see if there's any news
Search
there.
this puppy. Where's the search?
It was on the search. I don't see news. No news. No news is good news.
52. Maybe that's it. Where's the 52?
52 what?
On that
That's what-
chart, not technical.
It only hit the 52-week high.
Did it?
Yeah. On
Okay.
Wednesday and Thursday hit the 52-week high.
Oh, so there it is then.
And so
That's the news.
that was over here. When they hit this $3 and what you call it?
Yeah.
$3.38.
All right. So
Well, they said upon hitting that high and upon this candle right here they give on Friday,
FLR.
I think it's, oh, sorry.
Moving on.
FLR?
FLR. They all do the same thing, same situation. And it's at that pivot. The float is really heavy,
Mhm.
but it's definitely doing some dollar moves here in the daily that if you do some swings, you probably make some coin because the ranges on this one a lot. This is cyclical to Hill,
Hell yeah.
but the range on the daily is a lot better fruit and a little bit better volume. And the float is heavier, but you get a little better movement. So you definitely get your dollar ranges if you do some swings or some puts or whatever you do, whatever your strategy is. But this is definitely a jumping above the 200 since November. And we're looking for something. This looks like it's ready to make another move up. So if we get some more good news and not for nothing, hello folks, infrastructure, this is what we're talking about, construction and engineering. Since Biden is talking this tough talk, this is why we're here. Because of this is the shit we want to be looking at now, where the money might slide into these guys and these guys get some of that bread, and then these might get a little push just on speculation and hype. Not to say that they will get contracts or anything, but this is the sector we're talking about, construction and engineering. So Hill and FLR are candidates. I'm gonna give you two more and we're gonna move on. One is out of our price range, so I'm gonna eliminate that. The other one is going to be ATCX. ATCX. Okay. Now this is cyclical. Float's decent. They're consultants. But we're making this move lately, again, as you can see. And same deal. So somebody knows what's going on, and they're already
Very low volume.
sneaking in, and it's been bidden up because you can see the consolidation, but price started jumping a little bit, and these guys are already making their move. DRTT. This is another one. DRTT. Dirt. Okay. Got to go to Webull to find out what the statistics are, but we got a same cyclical situation, consolidation, gap down, reversal, a couple of patterns for some spikes, but it hasn't made the real move yet. So this could be real fun.
73 million.
Okay, thank you. All right, that's it on construction. Now, I'm going to go to the 5-day. From the past week, we've been looking at this turn of events. So let's go to ACLS. Do we have that already in there?
Yes.
Okay, that's semis. Do we have ICHR?
Yes.
Okay, do we have MX?
No.
Put it in. All right, you got the same situation, cyclical to the semis. You see that? You got some nice gaps, crazy gaps, actually, 5-point gaps. So it could get real funky. I think these guys are getting some money. So as you can see, those gaps is pretty funky. You could definitely make some money. We missed out on those monies, and that's what's going on there. type in, no, not gonna do them. We're gonna leave them out too. All right. Canon is gonna get deaded. I'm gonna leave them alone too. All right, SUNW, renewables. Okay, this one has been a tricky one because she is volatile as hell. But as you can see, I think it trades options. It's been hot for a while, but
It cooled off the other day, actually,
yeah, it did.
but it's ready now. It's ready.
That's what I'm saying. It's ready again. It's been catching a bid last week. You see those 3 days? It's been
Yep.
catching a bid. Okay, consolidation, catching a bid. So it's pretty hot. There's a wake-up call right there. All right,
If you
B.
want it, that's a good pickup.
All right. BWEN. Yeah, you can set your orders actually.
I wasn't setting the order. I was just checking where I was at. B what?
BWEN. BWEN. Broadwind. Decent float. I've been catching the cyclical movement as long with Sunworks. Same situation. They found the bottom. It was over 10. It came back down into the range. But as you can see, the chart wants to break out. It's back at the 200, but it popped back up. They found support. So this is one to watch because it's cheap, but it's definitely freaky. Okay, on low volume. So if it catches some volume, best believe it's gonna be cooking. GPRE. How do you like that one? A little pricey for you guys, but look at that
Pricey,
thing.
yeah, a little pricey.
But look at it. All right, check it out. Check it out. Look at that. Wouldn't you love to been in that for a month or two? Yeah, sure.
You could have easily got.
And here's the caveat. It ain't getting no volume yet. Yeah.
What's the symbol?
Right here. GPRE.
GPRE, yeah. All right, look at that. Ooh, look at that gap. It's fancy. 26 up to 31. Somebody would have been, you know, at the Benz dealership with that. From last month alone, 14 up to 31. That's disrespectful. And we missed it. All right. Nova. NOVA. Same sector. This is renewable energy. Renewable energy. Nova. Let's look at Nova. See what Nova's talking about. A little bit of coin. Okay, so a little bit of coin. Float's kind of brolicky, but it is optionable. You see that 200? What it did?
Coming up.
It bounced off the 200, folks. It's at the pole position again. Maybe on some options, you can make some money. Squeeze back up to 50. You never know. With the right news, you're out of here. Next, AMRC. All right. Same deal. All right. Now the street felt like this one should be really up there, but we had that crazy dip. But look where it dipped to the 200.
200.
It bounced twice.
Ready to go.
Hello, kids.
Hit, bounce, hit, bounce.
Indicator looking like it's ready to make a move. All right.
There goes your buy. That's an automatic buy right here.
Hello. All right. That's that sector, renewables. We out of there. All right. FinTech. Let's go to Mara. M-A-R-A. Mara. This is on the 5-day. This is what the money's been rolling into the last 5 days. Okay, folks? This is the last 5 days money. Yeah, look at that.
What was that ticker that had bounced off the 200 right there?
The last one, Juice?
I don't know. The only problem is this is pushing them in alphabetical order. I probably should have took
Should
that
have been
off.
AMRC.
AMRC.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Mara, here we go. We got Mara. What's Mara doing? Taking the fuck off. All right, FinTech is super hot. Between this one and Riot is the next one. It's cyclical. They've been picking it up. Okay.
Well, Bitcoin been catching it back again because Bitcoin went up to what, 60? Did it hit 60 today? I know it was at 59 and change.
It went short. It went negative a little earlier from the 59.
Came back off.
Yeah, it came back on. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's at 56. It's catching a dump, a heavy dump. All right. So Mara, as you can see, these gaps on the monthly is ridiculous. It pushed from over 10, shit gapped up to 20. Shit hung out at 20, shit gapped over 30. Shit got cooking over 40, caused some resistance at the 50, right back down to the 30 bid zone. The last 5 days, look what happened, from 30 up to 50. Hello, what the fuck? That's Mara.
$20.
Okay, get your shit together. We can make money out here. Okay, would you shoot? Who plays basketball? Would you shoot if you left-handed? Would you shoot with your right hand? Would you lead with your right hand? No. If you right-handed, would you lead with your left hand? No. You would lead with your right hand, right, Juice? Which one? You ambidextrous? Which one?
I'm fucking, depends on what I'm doing.
You handy.
I'm driving.
All right, here
I'm
goes.
driving.
This one is my baby, but you can't afford it. FUTU. I got to show you this. I got to show you this for a reason. FUTU, and you need to find out why. Back it up. Now we're talking about from the new year to now. Look at that thing.
Wow.
What the fuck is going on there that we can't find out? What
the
come on.
fuck just happened? What the hell just happened?
I need you to help me.
I'm coming against some water.
Help me understand why this stock is this high at that short amount of time. I need answers. And Juice went to go pee-pee. He went to pee-pee.
On to some remember the first guy.
Yeah, Ali, you mentioned something before in the past I'd asked you, right? About like say real estate stocks or investments. I know you said you don't really mess with certain ones, especially because of the economy. REITs, yeah, there it goes. How you think that's gonna actually perform now?
Good.
Oh.
It's still a hot market. People are moving, people are still we're in this factor where counties are reporting that they don't have enough supply to meet demand, and they need builders to come in and lenders and county legislation to re-regulate land. They're looking for land banks. Okay, HUD is actually on calls sourcing land banks. Land banks is a person that owns or organization that owns conglomerates of land, and that's what they call a land bank. And they're shopping. Counties are shopping so they can get approval from the neighbors and community to develop more property for low, middle, and average income homes. And that's what's hot right now. So Lennar was one of them home builders that we put in there. LEN, that's going to reap some of those benefits in some of those construction companies. But I think it's still going to get a push because people are still moving out of big cities and moving into suburbia and trying to bunker down before the apocalypse when they find out that there's hopefully this the chip that they're putting in us with the COVID vaccine is going to make us better traders. You know what I'm saying? But
ain't doing shit for me. I already got it. Ain't doing shit for me.
I'm just saying.
Look.
But this is what we're gonna do from now on.
It's making me eat more. Can I sue them? Because it's making me eat more.
Yeah, it's like Depo-Vera. I think a while ago they was given that for birth control, and then they found out it was like weight gaining for women, and they had to pull it. So that birth control wasn't good. Juice, you're fidgety. Sit in your chair so we can do the Zoom. He is all over the place. Look at this. If he wasn't so large, it would be sure signs of crack use. But he's not as slim as a crack representative. All right, so what was we looking at? We was talking about Mara, but he left. And there's Len. Lennar's been catching the bait, and they've been squeezing up on the daily.
Who?
Well, we was talking about Mara, right? Let's go to Mara. Let's stay on topic so we can get all these out.
Sorry.
All right, so Mara, let's put it on the big view. Put all these in. Matter of fact, okay, Mara's super exciting, as you can see. Riot, super exciting. Okay, Mara's catching up to Riot, actually. Mara was far behind, but Riot is on that list. Should be on that list. RIOT. This guy, look at him, he's eating more. What the fuck is going on?
It's vaccine.
I gotta come over there. Okay, so here we are. We had a crazy couple of gaps, and then that cooled off. And now we're coming back to the mean on the band. And we look like we're resuming from last week from that low of 40. Riot is making another move. Even though some red days here, you can't front. It does make its move, and then it gives it back. So if it's doing that, then maybe after it gives it back, we could jump in and maybe do a swing or two of Mara and Riot, because it looked like it's yielding. Fintech has been hot right now, a hot sector.
Well, could you say it gave it back already and it's starting this move again?
Yeah, of course. I can say that.
It gave back all right here.
Yeah.
Hit back a support down here and then started exploding again.
Yeah, I'm with that. All right, here's two Cinderellas. That these are. Oh, well, let's go back to FUTU. FUTU, that's what happened. FUTU. I had to give you this to show you how there's Cinderellas out here. So if we just did the new year.
I'm coming.
FUTU. Now, what the fuck is going on here? Okay, how come nobody is talking about this? Okay, what happened? What they do? Why so serious? You know, what's going on?
It's an investment service. They're taking your money and reinvesting it.
Okay, I mean, they're cooking.
Is it me or the Chinese stock is not doing that crazy pumping, that direct pump and dump anymore? Not really. Well, they cool that off a little bit.
It's a different script now. It's a different algo. And I'm gonna go into that with TCAT.
Right, they're not doing that straight pump in the morning, dump in the evening shit.
I'm on a Zoom call doing a financial overview of the markets. When I finish up, I'll hit you. I'm on a Zoom. Oh, okay. How do you send it? Okay, there you go. All right, cool. So FUTU, what is this? Why? Look at that bounce off.
You know, we was sorry, not for them. We supposed to record this call. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you're supposed to be recording. Hopefully, Justin is. The crazy move from the new year. All right, they were getting in last year. People were putting their money here, as you can see. They were dumping their money here. 20. Once it got over $20, the shit was just consolidated. And then it got over 40, and then the new year, it was just like, look, man, we got shit to do. So I don't know. This is probably a question for Dwayne. Find out who these people are, where's their office, and get a job, because they paying, they making money. This shit is real. I don't know where they at. Let's see if Juice can get the number. Where they at?
Real
They in
phone
Hong
number?
Kong. They in Hong Kong. I'll see you later, my man. I'll see you on the jet.
F4, 3 building, 3 scene. Lexi Science Park.
Look at the money they make.
website.
Billy Wop has increased the Billy Wop. IPO subscription services. They out here. They bubbling. They cooking. So let's park that right there. This is our inspirational stock right here. This is what we all want to be. We want to be $20, and then 3 months we want to be $200. Okay, that's what we want to be. All right, we want to have. All right, I'm gonna put 3K here, and in 3 months it's gonna be $300,000. That's what we want to be. All right, that's just that's our role model. All right, let's go to these 2 stocks right here, MOGO and IDEX. MOGO and IDEX. Let's look at those together.
What's the next one?
IDEX. Now these are dice game stocks right here, but they've been coming up the last week, and this is part of fintech. So this is the dice game. All right. So, you got to tell that thing to stop alphabetizing.
How do you? Let me see.
Take that shit off. You just got to keep your order, because you got your filters on the top, bro.
Which one? This
This
one.
looks
Glass and all of that.
with his mother.
Say again.
We'll get into that later, but you got your filters on the top. You got to get rid of them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right, so MOGO. Which one are we looking at first? MOGO?
MOGO, ID, whichever one.
Both. I want to see one and one. Give me one first. Give me either one. I don't care.
There they go on each side. MOGO. Let's go MOGO. MOGO.
That's MOGO?
Yep.
Look at that.
Same thing. Everybody got the same chart.
Trying to give you some food here.
Buy.
Now, MOGO's in the same fintech era. You got to find out what they do, why they moving like that. And yeah, you got to go to Webull. You got to find out from Webull what does MOGO do. Matter of fact, I'll tell you right now. And the float is 42 mil. And boy, they've been dancing recently. That's all I know. All right, you got to find out. I know nothing. Now people have been day trading this, they're watching this. So this one is it's a suspect. So if they trap some shorts in this thing, it's really going to get going. Now let's see. MOGO shares higher on launching first Bitcoin cash back mortgage. That's fire. Why you should buy this Bitcoin focused fintech stock? That's the question. That's what they put out the other day. Mortgage your house with MOGO. Get Bitcoin reward. Why this matters. Wow, this is fire. We picked a interesting one right here tonight.
Wow.
This is interesting.
That's crazy, bro.
5 Canadian tech companies are using when it comes to
Bro, that just sounds like you could pay your mortgage with cryptocurrency in the future, bro. This is the beginning.
Saying.
That's what they're saying.
They already got some products out there like that. They're talking about it.
Some Mark Cuban shit.
Is there still room to run? So there's definitely a lot of news out in the last 2 weeks of MOGO. MOGO for everyone right now should be paying attention, and MOGO should be in your top priority target list because they bring in new tech to the sector that a lot of people are not up on. And if they're first to the bank, you can expect them to move up. Okay, so that's MOGO with the situation. Everybody investigate MOGO later. IDEX, what was the other one?
I'm sorry, my mouse is not moving. What was it? IDEX?
IDEX. All right. Okay, something's going on here. I don't know what, but as you can see, the stock was consolidated on a low penny range for a minute since last year, but it had a couple of moves. It's been having a couple of days, and then the volume has been increasing. Somebody find out why. the daily range has been making these gaps, but then it gives it up, and then it pushes, and then it gives it up. So right now we're in a situation. It came back up last week from 250 back up over 3. Now, I don't know the float. I don't know what they do, but they're in fintech, and something's going on.
Float is 326 million.
So they're probably doing a lot of offerings, and they probably got to get their shit together. And they're probably related to some other things. So it doesn't look as fancy as Mogo. Okay, but it's in the same sector. So it might get some news later, or it might get some squeezing. I don't know if they're shorting it. Just good to keep your eye on because they're in the same sector. And last week, I want to remind you, it found support. If you look at the daily, it found these 2 zones where it found this price location, and then it found support. So I'm looking at next week to come into next week. I'm really interested to see what this do. If it gaps back down to the 200, or if it's going to look to make a move with some fresh news. So it's in a real interesting position, this one. Okay, those are mine for the fintech. Okay, I don't want to do transport. Let me look at who was hot, super hot the last day. We already got SYX. We got Western Digital, Canon, GoPro. Let's look at GoPro. GPRO. It looks whack though. I don't like GoPro. But as you can see, it's making some moves. It's trying to bounce.
Made a move here already.
It's trying to get more market share. So, you know, GoPro is interesting. It's a big name. It's celebrated. With people in surveillance and this drone thing and podcasting and cameras and cars and all of this. This chart looks interesting. It looks like something investors came in a few weeks ago and made a move. Okay, and that's a good move. That's a hell of a move. And we've been getting that interest for a minute. So the last 3 days, again, from that gap up over $10, it seems like the stock, something's going on where if you can track, I guess, the expectation of good earnings, maybe somebody could make a good option on this, a good move. So GoPro's in pole position as well. I like GoPro. I didn't want to do GoPro, but GoPro, that move right there is interesting. That's an interesting move right there. That right there says to me, somebody might want this over $20 one day, and it might really get the cooking. So we'll see. But it's definitely in a pole position, and it's got a flag out. So that's a flag.
There goes your buy zone right there.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm interested to see if it breaks 10, cut, because that's $10 is the recent gap down zone from the previous zone. If you look left, you see that gap down we had when we pushed over. So they met supply there. So probably if we go back in history, we're going to find that there's supply there. But then it broke over, and then it caught the bid. So now that we claimed either 10 is your stop because they're looking to break the lower low, or it's going to resume up past 13, and we could be going higher. But if we look left and see if there's any zones, then we can probably know our price targets if we sell into resistance. Can you squeeze that chart in some more with more data?
I'm sorry, so I get up
That
from
daily?
this.
Just squeeze it in. Can you just shrink it?
No, it's not letting me shrink
Arrow
it.
key down.
Nope, it's not doing nothing for me.
Open it.
I don't know how to arrow key.
Not
That's
solid. Up and down.
No, I'm saying it's not giving me up and down on my arrow key.
Oh, really? That sucks. I want my money back.
Me too.
How much you pay for this toy?
You're ripped off.
All right, screw that. Moving on. We'll find that out later.
You can still slide back and see it though.
Go try and see if you can get a zone. Put a line, get a zone. That's 2,000. You can go faster than that. Just grab the tab down there.
And just
There it is. Surprise. There's your 11. There's your 10.
2017.
Okay, that's a long enough time. We're good. All right. Thank you for that. So I had supply up there. Probably people who brought that zone looking for the continuation, but it didn't go. So there wasn't enough strong conditions in the market, and they lost their market share probably from other competitors around then. And that was it. The cameras was expensive anyway. So there you are. It's responding around that price zone again, same way, but definitely is in a move. It's in a position, whether it's some puts or some bids, some calls, some longs or shorts. It's definitely in a move where if you see an event, you know what to do. Who else? And computers, phones, hell folks from GoPro. Okay, OSS. Let's look at that. Something real cheap for you broke traders out there. Okay. Yep, floats light. And their computer storage devices, okay? In California, 97 employees. It's a $2 operation, but it's been breaking out since the lows. Same thing with your boy GoPro. Not the same thing, but they're relative to Western Digital. Obviously, we got to see what the news is, but these guys, it's been some interest on no volume, I repeat. So as soon as this thing gets some volume, I don't know, it looked like it could probably fly. I think that range on that daily is from what, 6 to 9 on that daily candle on March 1st or something like that, it looks like. So whatever interest came on March 1st for OSS, can anybody, okay, has found path to profitability. Okay, there's news that they're going to be making money. Secures long haul track program with new AI transportables. Announces production orders for a ruggedized edge transportable system from a self-driving trucking technology company that utilizes level 4 driving autonomization. So they're looking to make money in the future, OSS, okay? They win some long-term program for new AI transportables. So all you truck drivers, you're gonna be out of a job soon. Orders, yeah, okay, because that was the news 3 days ago. Okay, so obviously we caught a bid a little bit, but it's not strong enough to make this thing fly. We got a 10K offering here. The earnings of fourth quarter, they missed. So that was that shakeout, and that was in 325. Where was 325? 325 was, there you go, a week ago. So it was probably up there and then it dumped out. It looked like it's catching a resumption. And that was 2-3 days ago. They're talking about they found a path to Insider trends. One Stop Systems Insider extends 90-day selling trend. Okay, there's news and something's going on. So it's obviously some movement. Pay attention to it. Next, moving along from that.
Oh,
Okay, let's type in ZEPP.
I can't type it, sorry. I gotta put on the list so I can have it, sorry.
I'm ready to dead this one, but I think we are going to dead it. It was a reversal. Communications equipment. 23 mil float. It's China. Oh God. Okay. All right. We're gonna get up this. Let's look at the 60-day. Yep, it's China. All right. This chart is dead. This is scratch that off the list. Delete it. Yep. Gave it all back. Yeah, that's all consolidation. The daily, it looks like trash. I don't like it. I'm not gonna judge this recent move. It's over. Moving on. That's enough juice.
Like, get that shit out of my face.
Hey kids, let's go to RHE. Y'all know about these guys, right? I heard of them. Usual suspect. This is real estate operations.
Let me get off this damn thing. Hold on. I can't get off the crayon.
Real estate operations.
What was it?
RHE.
RHE?
RHE. All right, this one is a usual suspect. Okay. As you can see, we was at $1 and went to $14, $15 in one day. Then we had some cyclical movement a couple of other days where it did some crazy moves of like $3, $4. And what happened the last 3 days, folks? Off of the 4. That's right, kids, on no volume. Shit look like it's ready to make a move. And if it's some short still holding this thing might fly. FYI, this one is in real estate operations. And this is called Regional Health. Okay. They got property. They're reporting a lot of quarterly losses. So this is one to watch and keep your eyes on. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What do I know? Nothing. This is just for research purposes only. Okay, VLDR. VLDR. San Jose, California, 123 employees. Semiconductors, my friends. Semiconductors, VLDR. Valodyne LiDAR Inc. Look at that. What do you make of that? What do you make of that chart?
This one here?
Yeah,
Oh gosh.
looks violent. Exactly. looks definitely violent. Now, LiDAR, they say, is very expensive. They got agreements in place. They're trying to get in position. And they need to raise money.
They're out of whack. So you're going to get a couple of what you call it here. Offerings.
So they got a price target out for 13. We're near there. Okay, can we? This guy leaves his seat.
Why you made that comment that they're gonna put out offerings?
I'm looking at it.
No, Juice.
Huh?
Why you made that comment just now?
Well, it was based off of anytime a company's trying to raise money, they put out offerings. So it's based upon Ali's argument.
Oh, I didn't hear it. So they looking to raise money. Okay.
Okay, yeah, 5 days ago, here's a heads up. Valodyne LiDAR seeks regulatory clearance for release of 130 million shares from lockup. 5 days ago.
Yikes.
So if they call the price target at 13, they might liquidate on somebody's head. But guess what? Can you play that? Is that tradable?
But another thing though, it's below that 200. So it might be fighting back to that 200. It can possibly.
That's true. But also, here you go. They got another press release out. You got to look at. That's why you got to look at the news. LiDAR downgraded to lack of catalyst. Lockup expires today. Valodyne LiDAR cut to hold from by Craig Hellman. Okay. There's an investigation here. They filed for offering of 130 million shares to offer on the heads of public people. They got two registered, about 2/3 of the registered shares remain locked up, okay? And they were trying to get it out, so. Okay, Berger Montag investigates alleged securities fraud claims against Valodyne LiDAR. Lead plaintiff, deadline is May 3rd, 2021. So there's some type of fraud claim on this company. So this chart is very violent. It's very prospecting, but it's also very violent with scandal right now. And they got an overhead supply looking to release. But because of the guest hearing, they're going to lock that up for a minute. And before they have price targets of 16. So you're seeing a lot of volatility in this thing. From if they get cleared from the scandal to shoot up, and then they'll probably get to release their shares. If when they clear that up, they'll probably dump back down. But you can't front. This is part of the EV sector and getting hot. Just something to keep your eyes on. I don't think it's tradable right now. Because look at that. Look at that. In a few weeks, these shorts, these positions, these tops has been just given back. And it's under the 200 now. So that technically says buy. You know, huh? But the stock is filled with so much violence on the daily that it makes it untradeable. Look at this thing. You'll definitely be gambling. You'll be playing the game of paying attention to what's going on daily. But on the speculation that if it does catch us another bid, but they're going to be releasing shares, you got to pay attention to that because, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to raise money. We figured it out. They are trying to get more money up. So
the question is it worth it? Because if when it gives you an explosion like this is the end result.
Well, what makes this stock, well, us look at this is the people that sold puts or shorted this is the winners. Okay, this is a case of GME. They're not turning profit. It's retail. They're shrinking. It's not working. But GME, they had heavily shorted and they squeezed. But this one, you can see it gave back the move, or for the scandal, or for the shares pending coming out, or for the technology not being adopted enough. LiDAR is actually very expensive. It might not ever go to market fully all the way. There's not enough systems in place. LiDAR is bulky and encumbered to the highways being built to actually manipulate LiDAR. So here we are. You see that violence in the chart. You see people interested, but you also see the sell-offs. So, but the opportunities in the price action and the volatility. We are volatile traders. We're looking for opportunity where from $12 to $24 in a few weeks is incredible. From 14 all the way up to 32 is incredible. You can't front. The price makes it interesting, and you can make some money fast with this thing if you're paying attention.
So question, right? Judging from the way he's behaving, isn't it technically ready again?
Technically, it's found.
I would say at the break of 18.
Technically, it's found the floor, but if it squeezes back up to 18, I'm looking for a move higher.
Right. No, I'm saying like I'm figuring that buy point would be about 18. Like you can watch it, but if it hits 18, it might pick up some speed there.
But here's the caveat. This thing is so funky now. We got to see after May 3rd with that hearing. And it's funky now. This is a funky, it's one to just watch it every day. See what LiDAR is doing or VD, whatever the hell are. And that's all you can do. All right, let's not spend too much time on this thing because it's in the chart. You can see the price action. It's a great opportunity, but it's very violent. It's not good for investment right now, but it's definitely shaky. Okay, moving on. LODE. What's up with that?
LODE.
What's up with that?
Bring me a bottle of water.
Jumped up to $9 and gave it all back.
Did it give it all back? Did it?
No, it actually didn't.
What's up with
Because
that?
it came off of $2, came up to $9, then dropped back down to $6, which this explosion caused this retreat. It's actually in a buy zone. It's a little bit over the buy zone right here at the $4. I have it. I'm biased.
What do you bias? What's your bias?
No, I'm just saying I'm biased.
What is your bias?
I'm just saying I don't like to read
What
shit.
is your bias?
No, I'm just saying I read shit bad once I kind of
What is your bias?
that it's gonna go right here.
Let's go.
It-
What does that mean? Explain.
It's in a buy zone. So
Okay,
once
long.
it's
The
gonna
long buy
go
zone.
long off of that 20.
Damn, just say that. Long bias.
Sorry.
Okay, it had an
I don't have
offering.
it.
It dropped
I don't think I
8%.
have it.
And that was when?
Well, I got it in my
Ooh,
Webull
it's
account.
cool.
All right. Yeah, it's in that go zone now. It's right there in that go zone.
Okay. Moving on. TCAT. Let's look at that, please.
TCAT
Yep.
or
T-
TKAT?
Yep. You know it. Unfortunately, we should have been trading this every day. Low float, Chinese pump. But look at this thing.
Was it Chinese? Oh yes.
It's Japanese pump.
Yeah, one eye up, one eye down.
Okay, look at this thing. Look at the daily range. This thing has been cooking. Those candles, those last 3 candles, they're small, but they're wide. One had a $10 range, $8, $9 range. The other one had a $7 range. The other one is a $6 range. Not for nothing, that's pretty big on the day. It's losing momentum. So what do you think it's going to do? Either we could short that or we can go long.
Even though that should be, sorry to cut, but even though that should be like, it'll be like a $6 range, $8 range, $10 range, right? But that should be from like the beginning of the day to the end of the day. So that means you holding that stock for the whole fucking day, right?
No. If you look at Friday and Thursday, you probably had an hour to get the bag and break out. About an hour's time.
It's going back home. This is going back home. Right back to 23 to the moving average.
All right.
They're gonna
so
vacuum
break
this right
30,
back down here. Huh?
If it breaks 30 with high volume, it's out of here, right?
Going up?
Down, you said down.
Yeah, down. It's going down. This is going down.
It's
It's gonna finish go down and it's probably gonna bounce off it because what happened is this explosion off of the 20 is so powerful and so violent, it goes back, it loses all its momentum.
Yeah.
And then with I mean, you can see right here, you got a like a $25 drop in one day, then they followed up with it. So this right here is just a slight bounce, but they're gonna finish it and bring it back down to that moving average, which is about 23. Then you could buy it again, hopefully. I mean, with this type of violent move, it might even come down to the 50
Okay.
because it's so violent up.
Okay. DLPN,
Oh wow. Okay.
recent suspect. Yeah, I'm off that. Sorry.
I mean, there was no like yes, no, maybe it made sense, don't make no sense. I don't know. I'm
just bringing it up. DLPN, TCAT. These are the ones that were hot Friday.
DLPN.
And it was hot the previous day. Yeah, DLPN. Now this thing looks interesting because it made a move, gave it back, and it's flagging again. And the news is out. So as you can see, did an incredible 2-day move off the low. And now that shit just gave back over 50% of the move. But right now, the last 2 days, it caught a bid, found support. So I don't know if you can find news cyclical to what's going on. And maybe you might be able to catch that puppy because it definitely was cooking. The change percentage is through the roof. Okay, besides TCAT, along with eyes, type in eyes along with this one too. DLPN eyes. Eyes had some crazy news a few days ago, and that news was incredible.
Eyes,
I wanted to ask you guys about eyes today, so that's great.
EYES.
Yeah.
So
Look into my
I've had that incredible news, but like all medical news, me and Juice know, it could save the world, but that should go back down to hell.
When did they have the news that created this here?
Yeah, it was some news that I think they're able to make Stevie Wonder see now, shit like that.
That's not good.
So they got some search. I think it's some I could be wrong, some circuitry shit where it sends electrical signals to the brain and now it could create 3D images on the brain from the eye socket, all this shit. They got some new chip processor for that goes on man. So it's pretty interesting. So it made this crazy move, but it gave it all back. But now what's happening? Who got in? Who bidded that all up? It's finding the floor at 805, but the tech is interesting. And I don't know how many blind people, what the market is for blindness in this particular chip. This is where Wall Street will reward you or they'll take the money from you. So yeah, it found investors those few days, but as you can see, they got in position and that's all they care about. So maybe later on this thing might make a move, but this is definitely something. But right now it looked like it's ready to break back to the lows. It ain't over $10. It broke back on the gap back down actually from last week. So once it made that gap down back under 10, for me, that's a red flag. So I'm looking for a lower move because the interest has completely died and the volume is dying on the daily as well. Could be a put. I don't know if there's any options on this. If any pop-ups happen, you could sell some puts and probably make some bread and keep it pushing.
There's news on it.
It's strong news.
From like 42 minutes ago. It says Second Sight Medical terminates business combination with Pixium Vision.
Oh, that's not good. They terminate.
And that was 42 minutes ago.
Oh, was prohibited.
Motherfucker's gonna continue going down.
So there you go.
It's gonna continue that journey. Like we see me just mark out back down here someplace. So don't be surprised if Monday morning that motherfucker at $4.
So there you go. If any options is on that, sell some puts, do some shorts. Maybe you might, they appointed a new CEO 2 days ago. So they're obviously going through some issues. It was incredible news, but obviously they're already finding, and you can see where what the money thinks. The money thought it was good initially. It was a lot of money that came in and it was cheap. So yeah, it didn't take much money to make it move, but you see where the money thinks about it now. If the real money came behind it, this thing wouldn't even be back down here by $8. They would keep that thing up there. They would take control of the whole fucking float and the interest of the company. But we don't see that behavior right now based on price action. So there you go for the long call, whoever was going long. Back over $10 and $12, you better go long, or 14. But right now, it look like we're going short. We'll just watch it.
Short down to $4.
My man's. Wafu's on that list. They've been playing with people's emotions. They usually dump out though. OCG, Wafu, HOFV. HOFV, let's pull that up. That's trash. I don't like it.
HO what? HO what?
HOFV, that's garbage. As you can see, it's trash. Where's it at? Pull it up.
What, HOFV?
You're losing your focus. HOFV. You're losing me, Juice. You're losing. Okay, you look at this. Disgusting.
Who's that, you?
That's you. That's your handwriting, bro.
What the fuck?
Okay, making these moves out of the low, but its overhead resistance is meeting at 8 and 7. As you can see, it found it, came back down, came back up. The range on the dailies, those dailies is pretty volatile though. So it's got some action. HOFV. I don't know how to call it right now though. Looks bearish. No,
It tends to pop during the day, like
Yeah,
certain
no.
hours, like 11, then 2, and then at the end of the day, it seems to pop. But it'll like in the early morning, it'll drop down. I have it. I got like 20 shares. So I watch it.
Okay.
In the morning, it'll drop down, and then it'll just trade sideways, and then like around maybe 11ish, that should shoot up, but it won't shoot up nothing crazy. Maybe like $1, maybe $1.25.
Okay.
Then it'll come back down, take back 75 of that, trade sideways, and 2 o'clock pop up again, maybe $1, then come back down. So it is very volatile.
Okay. HOFV. I mean, this is a usual suspect. We've been watching this for a minute since that first pop last year. But it's still in the doghouse. It's down by the 200. It's in a buying zone. But the company's probably on some bullshit right now, the way it's looking. Ooh, we can't afford that. We're not going to even go there. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Okay, MOXC. Eight employees, Shenzhen, China. Oh boy, another Chinese pump. But I ain't going front. It's been cooking. I don't know what they do, but they doing it. 7 mil float. And it's been cooking on not too much volume. So there's your opportunity. That's a day trade. I mean, if you bought that life, you look at those strong green, you got 3-day green candles recently. From this was last week, and we're coming into April. So this might be one to watch. It could, if you see it on the gap scan and it look like it's gonna cook, know that China known for pumping them. So you get your 5 minutes or 15 minutes of fame and get the fuck off the
Hell out
ticket.
of the way.
Huh?
Have to get the hell out of the way.
Get the hell out of the way, because as you can see, they had that first initial rev up, and then it lost that power. But then the last 4 days, it found support, and either there was a short trapped up in it heavy, or you know what I mean, we see what it do. Either it's going to reverse the next day, or it's just going to get the cooking.
But as you see here, that's what it tends to do.
Mm-hmm. Got a few dailies. We get a few dailies with the bid down, then they got a few dailies after it gives it up. Once it consolidates, it rolls over.
Here goes his April behavior.
Yeah.
Up, it's up here, then just party over, goes to sleep. Then just rises up again, does the same thing, goes to sleep. So there's a tricky buy here.
Yeah.
Because it's at that point where it would probably start to go back to sleep, because that's what it does. Like even like right here.
Yeah.
So there's not quite a buy spot, because you can get yourself into trouble on this shit, because it's doing that. It did this right here off of that, and it did this right here off of the pop. So now it's on the top of a pop. So the chances are it's going to do something like that. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. UXIN started to really get the moving, and it's interesting to me. It caught my attention. UXIN.
Yeah, I'll go off of like history. So like what it used to do back in the days. Like I was talking to Juice about that shit too.
Yes, it's very important.
So y'all follow back like last year and the year before, see what it did around that time.
Yes.
So let me ask you, based off of that. So like let's say you got a stock that for maybe 5 years consecutively, every like April it popped, but last year it didn't pop. What would your thoughts be on something like that?
Find out why. Find out if there's maybe seasonal data that will suggest that price movement, and if there's seasonal data that would suggest that they would get either revenue or new business, or they somehow have more market share at that particular time that I could time it, then you can time the trade, because you see a pattern. And a lot of earnings plays are made like that. People buy before earnings on speculation. Stock starts getting interest and getting moving, and then they sell just before earnings. Juice. So
Yes. Fuck. I don't know this.
if that's how we get some of our trade ideas, we'll look at the pattern of how the daily trades, and we'll see if the stock is known for making huge moves at particular times, or how does it behave when it hits a certain price zone? Will it give it back? We look for that type of interest. Like right now, we're looking at a particular stock. It's been consolidating at a low pace, but it's been dripping on low volume. But lately, it's been getting volume a little bit down here in the basement. And now we had a breakout out of this consolidation zone above the 200. So I'm looking at this stock particularly to see if it can go higher. But we do got a supply zone it's running into, which is at 240, 260, $3. You see the price used to exist. If you look left in the daily chart, it used to be up there. People brought up there, but they're going to be looking to sell up there. So they had it 2 years ago. It's people up there. What's that? 350, 4. There's people up there at 5. There's people up there at $9, $7 who brought it all in that rip, and they're looking to get off of it. So those are supply zones where there's resistance. Where if you do buy this, get ready to, if you see large orders, it's gonna push, it's gonna be some pushback. Unless the thing goes over $10, which is a whole nother zone of pricing, it looks heavy all in this area. So you could see that move. That was a few days from 3 up to 9. And then it gave the whole move back. And it was 1 week it went up, consolidated, and then the next week it went back down. That's pretty like, all right, the stock it's going to heaven. That's what we think. Let's go into the moon, we're gonna be rich. And then the next week we hold, and the shit every day was giving back dollars. We can't do that anymore with this. So now that we know that, unless the sentiment changed and they got more market share, we find out whatever they do. This shit, this little recent pop could be an indication that, all right, we might have a weekly run. We might have a 3-day run. It might be a good time to go long. Or it's also, we could time it when it's ready to go short, because it's known for when it makes its move, it gives back its move. As you can see in the daily chart, it'll make a move and then it'll dump. It'll make a move and then it'll dump. It'll make a move and then it'll dump. So the stock is heavy. You see it, you keep seeing it as a pattern. So they got traders that's looking at that too and saying, all right, fuck it. I'm back at $2. We've been at the low. I'm gonna see if this go to 3 and I'm gonna short it, because that's the first zone I'm probably heavy at. If it skips another dollar, that's how I'm thinking. But also, it made a move the last 2-3 days, and it held a strong move. So that means it's trading heavy, and there's a lot of demand. And so we got to see which way it trades, and you see if you can catch the momentum either way.
But speaking of that, right? So sorry to like kind of derail you, but
Oh, cool.
so even with this trade, right? So when it pops, right, and say at its low is at $2, but like I'm a person who looks at RSI. If that shit's over 70, and even if it's at its low at $2, I will never buy it because I'm thinking it's gonna come back down. What's your thoughts on that? Like, would you still jump in even because you know it's the low is $2, so it could go up even if the RSI is above 70?
Well, the relative strength is only measuring the previous history's volume, and they measure that against the price. So if you look at the previous month's relative volume compared to the RSI going over 70 during that day of the event, it's going up high and it's aggressive. But usually that RSI over 70 is a theory that traders come up with, where they say once it's high enough, you want to sell. You want to sell high. That's the theory. You buy low, sell high. It's going over. The
Right.
RSI is over 70%. It's time to start selling, because the relative strength is so high. It's at a certain point, you got to start locking in profit. You got to start selling into the strength. That's where they get that strategy from. And once you see that indicator for a long-term investor, once they see that, all right, the stock's breaking out, relative strength index is higher above 70, it might be time to start unloading some of them shares, because that strength doesn't maintain. It doesn't. Like we see that it'll get a move, and then it doesn't maintain. You see the volume dips. You see the volume dip. So this is a ticker that is trading according to volume. The price is responding. Some tickers will trade and you won't see no volume. You'll see a trend though. You'll see it going up. You see it trending down. You'll see it going sideways. But this one is trading based on the volume right now in the last 3 quarters. You're looking at the last 2 quarters. You're looking at it's trading consistent with volume. It's trading. The price is moving. Okay, the price is moving consistent with volume. So if it's volume coming in, it goes higher. If the volume fades, it goes lower. And you're seeing that consistency. If the volume picks up in speed, it's dumping out. If the volume picks up in speed, it's accelerating up. So this makes this one more, you can navigate it. So if you see one day it's getting a lot of volume,
Jump on it.
which way is it going? Just
Okay.
You first look at the chart and say, which way is it going in the 5-minute, 15-minute chart? Okay, which way is it going? It could be a lot of volume, but which way is it going? Is it going up? Is it going down? Oh shit, look like it's going down. I'm gonna go short with these niggas because it look like everybody's getting off for some reason. Let me see if it's news or it's bad news. Oh, this shit is going up right now. Oh, is it news? No, but there's a lot of volume coming in. What the fuck? It's going up. Well, shit, let's go long. You know, we stick our finger up in the air and say, all right, which way is the wind blowing? Fuck it. And then we going that way at the bell. And that's what this one is doing. It's responding to price. Price is responding to volume. And that's what we like.
Question.
Yeah.
Do any of the scanners yell at us when the volume starts to come in heavy?
Yes, yes. You have a scanner that has high volume juice.
Is there?
He is
Okay.
clocked out. Even though he's here, he's in the class, he's clocked out. Yes, we do have, if when you look at some of the scans, when we have it on Trade Ideas, it has a volume indicator there, and it'll have the above average, the percentage. You'll actually see it. You just gotta get trained on reading the scanners now. The scans actually has the information that you want to see there. You might have to pull up Precision and pull up a historical, yeah, you got to pull up a historical YouTube of Precision Day Trading, and I'll show you what I mean. And because the scans is giving you that information, you got to get trained on how to read the scans now, so you can know what symbol to pick and say, I'm going after that because I like the information that's being displayed. Not only the symbol, the price, the volume, and the share count.
Right. Yep.
You can just, this is how I do it. At one glance, I'll know what to choose because I've, between me and Juice, we've been building scanners since 2017. So just on one glance, we're going to know what to grab just from looking at the scanner. Can you find one of those YouTubes, Juice?
I'm looking.
Because stock selection, this is how we extrapolate stock selection. When the stock is moving relative to the volume and the price is moving as well, those are high odds. It's HOT, high odds trading. You want a high odds and probability. That's when I say hot. When Ali's and Musclehead saying this ticker hot, what I mean is high odds trading. It's a high odds ticker, meaning the odds are high for you. If you get in this one, we got a lot of factors, indicators at the same time that gives us a high probable trade for some profit. And I'll say hot. So
I just thought that just meant hot.
Me too.
Oh.
I won't even lie to you.
no, it doesn't
Either way,
mean-
it was good news.
It's a high odds trade. That's what hot means. Sorry, and I really, this was back in the day, Juice.
Excel.
But hot means high odds trading. So if you see one, if I put a ticker there and I actually say hot under it, I'm actually saying to everyone, I'm alerting around to trade the shit, but I can't tell you to trade it, but based on my experience and my recommendation, I'm saying it's hot. Get this. I like this ticker. It's hot. It's HOT. The odds is high. It's a high odds trade. Is this Precision? No, this is Trade Ideas. Where's Precision? There it is. All right. So let's see if we can get 930 bell. So as you can see, yeah, see if we can get the 930 bell.
Time is it? You can see the time?
No, you got to find it when it breaks. You'll know when you scrub a little bit.
But usually at the bottom of the screen, you might get a
And when
time.
penny stock gainers come online, you'll know. Just scrub it. There it is. Go back. There it is. All right, right there, somewhere right there. Go back a little bit. There you go. All right. All right, somewhere around there. It'll come online, and then we'll see the momentum scanner give us some. There they go. All right, so yeah, just press play here. It's good. This is good because I see some tickers I like already.
AHCO, QLGN.
Can you clean it up?
QLGN.
Okay, stop that right there.
Say AAL.
Okay, can you clean that up? Can it look any cleaner or make it bigger? It's looking dirty to us. Can everybody see this? It looks like shit. Can you get the quality to 1080 back to 1080? 1080. 1080.
I'm working, sir.
All right, this is bad. Perfect. Stay right there. QLGN. Okay, the relative volume, if you go up in pink, is normally 7.6K. But you got today's volume is at what? Go right next to it. Where's the volume at so far? 9.32. You see that? 931. It's going up.
Yeah.
And the relative volume is 7,000 shares, 8,000 shares. And now the float share is 8 mil. And it says turbo breaks up. And you even got a social media stock twits relative. Everybody's talking about it, 3,000 people. And the price change from 630, look at this. You got 689 straight up to 697. And it didn't even be a minute. So it's moving. Okay, it's moving. So I'm looking at this saying to myself, I like this shit. The float's 8 mil. It's doing over 9 mil. It's high. There's more volume than the float. The relative volume used to be 8K, and we got 9 million in volume. The shit's hot. It's hitting the scans. I'm picking this bitch. I'm looking for it. I'm like, yo, this is cooking. So press play. Let's see if we can find some other ones. And that's a higher day momentum scanner for small. Here's some more. There's some more looking at you.
Stock splits?
QLGN, look at that, 707, 13, 10. You see crashes jumping the price?
Nice move on this QLGN.
It's a move. He's my man. Said
Biased on this one with this type of action here.
This type of action, exactly.
QLGN.
QLGN.
NMTR.
Now that's a penny stock moving. 1 penny, 2 penny. But the
QLGN.
okay.
QLGN.
Look at this QLGN. Now it's a new minute, and the shit didn't win.
OPK.
It went 30, 40 cents.
Plug. TTOL.
Decent volume there coming out on WKHS. Watching this one for that pop, and obviously for short.
Stop it. Look at Miles.
Plug QLGN. Plug QLGN. OPK. NCTIMX. TTIMX.
So you see all these indications?
iOS.
Daily breakout. It has a strategy name. We also got them colored. When it starts getting quickly like that, you might want to look at it. It's starting to move.
Kind of finding some resistance.
Massive volume and low float.
Right, yellow.
Okay? It's only a 6 mil float. It's got 7 mil already going on. The average volume is 5K. And I start showing you pink colors, yellow colors. I'm trying to tell you, get the fuck in the stock. See, these scans we have are everything, because you start seeing funny colors, but they mean everything. They mean something. They're put there to help you to make decisions, to pick a stock. I'm on a Zoom call doing a market overview. As soon as I'm done, I'll hit you. So, okay, any questions about the scans that you see right here? Because there's a lot right here that you see, and some of this I could bring information to you right now. If any of us are depending on looking at trade ideas in the morning and deciding before we get in a ticker, this is one of the most best places we start off by seeing what's really moving. Because when the bell rings, we have something tracking in a criteria that we like.
That 16.
That's giving us that information right away. So this is seconds behind what the market is doing, but at least we're seeing it, and we can make a decision on it,
So far,
on what's happening,
that few ups.
even large caps. So any questions with this scan right here?
OPTN, all right.
I look at this shit and I see everything that you're saying, and then I'll be the one to buy this shit, and then the bell open and that shit just tank. I'll be like, yeah, shit hurt my fucking feelings.
It happens a lot. That's something you don't want to do, because I would recommend that to advanced traders, where if you're buying something, most of us would get off those stocks and we wait to a minute or two after the bell so we can determine what direction things are going. And because lately that's what you'll get. It'll push, and then next thing you know, it's a bunch of supply. As soon as the bell opens up, they unloading 5 million shares on your head. And you're like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? It happens every day. And you think it's gonna go. Sometimes it dumps out $2 and then it'll recover and then go higher. You just want to say, all right, how long am I trading for right now, for this time frame, for these 5 minutes or this minute? This shit is doing this. Let me see if I can go this way. Sometimes it's indecision. It's going up and down. It's getting banged around. And you want to wait and see if you can, all right, where's the stronger side at? Where's this thing going to move to? Or let me see if I can catch, if it's too crazy, let me catch one of these moves. That's why we suggest getting TradeStation, because TradeStation will reveal where those bids and orders, where those bids and asks are at. And it'll show you how the stock's behaving, the price action. If it's jumping around too much, it makes it riskier. If the spread is, if it's at $11 and the next price is at $12 and it's trading in between, that's risky. You could buy and it should be at 12 and then somebody be selling it, it'd be back at 10. You'd be like, fuck. And that type of price action is dangerous for beginners or for anyone, for any trader. You want to avoid that type of price action. So we want to identify price action now. I say, all right, this shit is skipping 10 cent, 20 cent, 30 cent. I could deal with that. I could get in some shit and say, all right, let me see if I can get 30 cent or 50 cent or maybe $1 move and cut my trade. Or if it goes back 25 cents, I could cut that for loss real fast and decide whether I'm going to try it again or I'm going to leave this shit alone because this price action is, it got me already. It's too fast or it's not working right now in this minute or this 5 minutes or this 15-minute segment that I want to trade it. So in that moment of time, you want to ask yourself, what is it doing? Because it might be doing something else in another moment of time. And you got to judge it based on that time frame. But at least these scans are giving you the particular motion and the particular strength it's doing at that minute. And you can make a decision, hopefully, and catch that momentum and get in between of that momentum and go long or short. Either way, that's what the scans is giving. What else? Anything is on your mind, ask it, because we'll see if we can answer it and figure it out. You want to add to that?
Nah, you basically hit the nail on the head.
All right. So just try to look at those scans. Also, Trade Ideas has trainings on their YouTube and how to use their scans, and they have a lot of different other scans. There's a couple other people out there. They're delayed, but and sometimes they have live classes. But just reading the scanner is invaluable, where you can literally not come with a plan and just wait. Most of your best trades will be coming from just waiting around, waiting for something to move. And when you see something moving the right way, you throw a lasso around its neck and you just let it pull you. And before you know it, you let it go and you got some money in your hand. And you're like, all right, that was a good rodeo. And you come back the next day without a plan, without this is what I'm going to do, scheming, no scheme, no nothing. Just let me see what the market's doing. Let me just have a fresh start. So we're looking at stuff here tonight, getting a gist. So when stuff does come up, we already got to skip on certain sectors. We already got to skip on certain industries. But at the same time, we're looking at the market fresh because every week or every 2 weeks, they reprogram the market. The market, it has to change in behavior and you got to adapt to the change, how it wants to move. Anything else?
I'm kind of deep.
Yeah, Juice is ready to get naked. He can't do it no more.
I had a pretty long day, and then y'all called Zoom, and I said, let's rock. But
so we'll be back at Zoom tomorrow. Let's do this again. Whoever got questions, write them down. No question is off limits. This was good. I think we got to pick up the Zooms a lot more often, so we can at least start. We're looking at a broad market review. We're not thinking. We're thinking. We're trying to see what the market's thinking. We're not thinking yet. We're just looking and doing technical analysis on what we see moving, and seeing if there's any trades within those that we might be interested in. And we're gonna make money doing this, reviewing and doing technical analysis. We're gonna make money because this is what technical analysis is about: seeing what's moving, what's going on, why is it moving, is there more room for more movement, up or down? What's going to be the strategy for us to extrapolate some money? And that way, we're not thinking we're letting the stock tell us what to do. We're letting the money tell us what to do. And that's going to be the best place to come from to make some money. And we wait for the trade. We wait for the trade that's going to show us where we are and how we're going to make some money. So I guess that's it. Anybody else got any questions? We're going to probably, Juice, what time is the Zoom tomorrow?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know what time of day. I don't want to do it too late. I want to be half awake.
All right,
Tomorrow's
sounds good.
Easter Sunday. I don't know. In the evening, I
Easter
guess.
Sunday?
Yeah, it's Easter Sunday.
Oh, Lord, I did not know. People going to want to get dressed and go out and go to restaurants and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Germans out bowling.
Bowling.
Well, I'm down for the Zoom, whatever time. You know what I mean?
We're definitely doing something tomorrow. We need to. All right. Looks good, boys and girls.
All right, appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. Picked up some new knowledge as every time. So look forward to tomorrow.
For sure.
Definitely. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.